It's like perfection. You come back here, I had to quit eating bacon. This shit sucks. I've been just about everywhere and I like it. And I think the Chinese people are good and honest people for the most part. Okay, the Communist Chinese Party. That's a different story. But guess what? There's about 1 million of them. Out of that many. They all drive black Audis and no one else will buy one because they want to know when a government agent is coming. So the government agent shows up in a black Audi and no one else will buy one just so they know when they're coming. And that way they can turn the other way. Not look. You can see them from miles. That's the cool thing. Second of all, they pay the CCP well. So those guys spend most of their time sitting around, smoking cigarettes and going down to Macau and gambling and bringing in pretty women and just doing whatever the hell it is they want, unless they're in that military mode. And then they go into that. But most of the time they sit around and do nothing and won't even bother the people unless the people are standing up hard and protesting. That's the only time. You start looking at China compared to here, where police brutality is off the charts here. You know how many police officers have been arrested in the United States this year alone for police brutality and been taken off the job? They murdered that kid in Utah. Absolute murder. And you know how we know? I'll tell you how we know. I got a hell of a team of investigative people. I was in intelligence for 30 years. How do they know? No. We know because 3 of the police officers transferred title of their house within 2 weeks of that murder. 1 to a wife, 1 to a sister, and 1 to a mother. That's 3 out of the 5 of them. Owned homes and transferred title. I think that was premeditated. And I'll bet the evidence could prove that real easy. And they've been removed from their positions.
CCP is evil. CCP evil.
CCP is
not
evil.
The Chinese.
American Congress, evil.
Oh, yeah.
There is no difference.
Yeah.
American justice system, evil. American police, evil. More evil is the point I'm trying to get across. These guys are recognizable. They're few in numbers compared to the population. They're recognizable. They do less damage, which is a freer country. Sure, they're evil. So is Congress. So is our justice system. 65% of this number does not belong in prison. Open the doors. Let them out. Put in some judges. We'll be fair. I get a little worked up over this crap. From me, I guess. There might be a place you can get one. What will it accomplish when the people are ready? He cannot look like a dictator. Okay, go ahead, hon.
First of all, I just want to take this opportunity to thank you. I want to thank you for your knowledge. I want to thank you for what you do, for the risks you take to share this information with us, because I only discovered you about a month ago, and I am blown away.
Real new.
I am blown away. So, needless to say, I have much to learn. So I know we covered this topic, the dual citizenship topic, or dual nationalist topic. So if you are born in a different country, you live in a different country, you have relatives in yet a third country, can you be a nationalist in each of those places at the same time?
Why do you need to?
Well, what if I
If
want
I'm a Texan and I got relatives in England or Malta or anywhere else, and I want to go there and I want to visit them, all I do is whip out my American State National Passport. And that's another thing about China. When I got to the airport, I'm answering your question by answering hers too. When I got to the airport in China and I whipped out my passport and they scanned it, I had people coming out of doors I didn't know were there. And they came out of doors, and all of a sudden I'm thinking, oh shit, what did I do wrong? And what happened was they grabbed my bags. Follow us. Do you know where you're going? Do you have ground transportation? Have you arranged a hotel? Are you hungry? Is there anything you need to eat or drink? And I went, holy crap. They treated me like royalty. Took me downstairs, which was a half a mile away, and put me, I don't think of myself that way, and put me on a train headed for Nanjing. So I landed in Shanghai on a train for Nanjing. Trains are beautiful over there. Oh my gosh. We're talking about taking a train from here when we leave up to Washington, D.C. And I'm going, all right, we got to get there at noon to put the car on the train. It doesn't leave till 5. It's 15 hours. And then we're in Washington, D.C. It only takes me 11 hours to drive there. By the time I'm done, I've spent 20 hours to ride the train for 15 or more, maybe 24 hours, and I could drive there in 11. Why should I do that? In China, you get on the train, you sit in a beautiful, comfy lounge chair, and you put your feet up. They come by and they bring you drinks and bring you peanuts and bring you watermelon and snacks, and you sit there, and it starts at 0 miles per hour, and at the front of the car is a speedometer in kilometers per hour. And it starts off at 0, and it starts to take off, and it's perfectly smooth. You don't even feel it. And it's going 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300 kilometers per hour. And it was like sitting in a Cadillac getting up to 20. It was beautiful. And what would have took you 8 hours to drive, you're there in an hour and a half. At 300 kilometers an hour, riding on a cushion of beautiful air, looking out at the countryside. I said, well, what the hell's wrong in America? No, I'll tell you what's wrong. Over there, they spend money on the people's will to get somewhere faster. Over here, they say, oh, we could do that. We could afford it, but I think we should take 40% and tax it, and, well, then we can build a new house. And a person that comes to Congress and makes $170,000 a year that walked in with a $2 million net worth walks out 10 years later with a $50 million net worth on a $200,000 a year salary, $170,000 a year salary. You tell me how that shit adds up. The same way when I go to my own county and the judge is making $180,000 to $200,000 a year, and I drive by his house and it's a $3 million house. And I know that I make a hell of a lot more than he does by like 6 times, and I can't afford his house. Then where the hell did he get the money? How's the sheriff in Cache County, Utah, build a $2.5 million on the house on the hill on a sheriff's salary of $110,000 when his wife doesn't work and he didn't inherit it? I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, David.
Okay. Gosh, this is
5:30.
going on the internet.
It's 5:30.
So when are we quitting?
Well, we got to give some stuff away.
Okay, we got to get some stuff handled.
And there's one lady back here. I think we should take this one lady, and then we need to give some stuff away, and then we need to let these folks.
No, we got one thing to
One
do
thing
after we
Oh,
give
do
the
we?
stuff away and
Okay.
before we all leave. One
Okay.
little thing.
Okay.
Go ahead. You got a mic? Well, what the heck? How long you been sitting there with your hand up without a mic? Smack these guys.
Regarding discharging debt, streamline the process. Can you access Edgar into the 10K and 8K process and capture the trustee of the particular bank? You know, where you're finding the legal person to send your discharge debt to.
First of all, I hate talking about debt discharge.
I'm sorry.
No, there's a reason I hate talking about debt discharge. You shouldn't be in it anyway, and you can't pay it off unless you pay it off with silver. It's the only way you can discharge debt. I've already told you
Right.
that using Federal Reserve notes does not discharge a debt. It tenders it for a later date. Probate. After you die and they receive a death certificate, your estate goes through probate. And I don't mean your house. I'm talking about your Cesta QV trust goes through probate. Everything you've ever done your entire life, every dollar you've ever earned has been kept track of. Everything you've ever spent has been kept track of. They know how much you paid for every house you ever bought, every car you ever bought, every credit card, because none of it, the debt got discharged.
Right.
If you declared bankruptcy during your life, it got discharged to that point and no further. See? Because bankruptcy is probate while you're alive. It's still probate. It's still, everything's based on the Cesta QV. So understand, nothing you've ever done your whole life, any debt you've ever paid off, you haven't paid off. They kept track of it on the debt. It all comes out of your trust. That's the only way the bank on the reserve level can operate. And I read that to you in Title 12, Section 411.
Okay, thank you. The other part is, wouldn't a claim of lien be a quicker way to hold corrupt officials accountable?
Start leaning up judges, and I'll see you over there with Bruce Duquette for 60 years. The punishment is 60 years in prison. Ask Heather Antucci, ask Bruce Duquette in the Colorado 9, ask William Shrout. I mean, I could probably go on for half an hour if I thought about all of the people that have done that shit. It ain't the right way to go about it. I don't teach it. If a process is in the FBI's manual for law enforcement on sovereign citizens, I don't teach it. Because that's the shit you go to jail for. Like those 1099 processes and all that crap. Read the damn manual, and if you're doing something that's in that manual, well, you might get away with it for a year or two or three. Pretty soon there's going to be a knock at your door, and it's usually at 2 o'clock in the morning, jerking you out of bed in your underwear and getting locked away in a little room for a long period of time. Don't do that crap. And that's why I only teach the processes I teach, because they're the processes that work and nothing else. There's other stuff that'll work. I can give you example after example of the 1099 crap that Hauser's doing. Every decade I've watched this cycle for 30 years plus. I'm going on my 4th cycle of watching this happen. Some guru comes out with a process and it works until it doesn't. And then people start quitting, then it's forgotten about, and the next 10 years somebody comes out with a process and it works until it doesn't work. And I'll tell you the difference between working and doesn't work. If over your lifetime you've paid $50,000 in income tax, and you start doing the 1099 process, and maybe you go buy a $20,000 car, and you pay off another $20,000 in credit card bills, and then maybe another $10,000 in student loans and hospital bills or whatever, And then all of a sudden you go do $5,000 on something. And you go pay it off with a 1099. They know that their income tax program was illegal from the beginning. And they know that every dime you've ever paid in, you are due back. And I have letters that show it from the IRS, that they owe you all that money back. And you can actually get it back. You can go back 3 years and get it, and then you can go back 10, and then you can go back to the beginning. You have to do that 3-step process, and you can get every dime you've ever paid in the IRS back if you want to go through all that shit and hassle. I tend to focus on the positive, say, what can I do? The money comes in, I don't worry about going backwards. I chalk it up to expensive education, like the $9 million in property I lost when the housing market crashed. My education's been very, very expensive on my part. But I always want to move forward, be positive, and go do what's right. Not concentrate on that negative shit in the past. That ain't me. So anyway, now all of a sudden you've collected, they've had to pay out more than you paid in. Oh, now you could go to jail. It worked here, and it worked here, and it worked here, and now you just went over the amount they actually owed you, and now you just stole $5,000 in this example from the IRS. Go to jail. And I've watched this crap happen decade after decade after decade, and people are doing it by the thousands, and I'm going, holy shit. That ain't the process, that ain't the way to discharge debt. The best process, declare your status, understand your standing, know who they are, know the right process to obtain your trust, go in and get your trust, and then quit worrying about all this shit. All that extra stuff is mud on the battlefield. And I don't want to wade through it. You see what I mean? So I've taken all these steps, these hundreds of processes that are out there, narrowed it down to ones that will work, to skip over the ones that you can get in trouble for, and just follow it. I've laid out the plan for you. You're welcome.
Okay, now we're going to give some stuff away.
Okay, come give stuff away. And then I got one more project.
Dave, come on. I don't know where Katie's at, but we're going to give stuff away for Katie, too.
Okay, I'm going to go first. We are going to...
Where is my daughter?
I don't know where she went.
She had a kind of urgent matter she needed to address, so she'll be back. We're going to raffle off stuff on her behalf.
Okay.
Okay, so first thing, I'm going to raffle off...
She's giving away?
Well, we can make that call for her. It's a genuine leather, straight out of Babylon bracelet that I have here. And there are 3 different sizes, so if you win, just come back and see me. We'll get the one that fits you. Nick. Is there a last name? Nope, just Nick. Is there a Nick in the house? All right, here you go. Yeah, of course. Okay, and we'll do one more of those bracelets. Tony, who do we have? One more shot. Donna. Is there a Donna? Oh, over here. Okay. Okay, and then the other thing I'm going to raffle off. So try this one on if it doesn't fit. Okay, is for a PMA, a discount on a PMA, so which is a private membership association. And so I realize not everyone is in need of a PMA because it is for the business owner. So we're going to do $500 off, but it is giftable if you have a friend that does have a business that wants to do a PMA. And the winner is, they handed it to me, Josh. Is there a Josh in the house? Oh, Josh, hey. Okay, so now we're going to raffle off some things on Katie's behalf. Let's go with a t-shirt of any choice. John B. All right. Okay.
John, we'll just meet
So,
after we get finished over at Katie's table.
Okay. Okay, so now we're going to raffle off a flag, maybe not the $100 one without our permission, but anything else. Dylan C. All right. All right. So meet us over at the table if you want a t-shirt or a flag. I'll go head over there now and we'll help you guys pick.
So you stay here and hold the bucket. Oh. Give him the thing.
Okay, I'm MCO Tony. We are giving 3 things away. First thing, we're giving the Doctors of Pantray book here, 200 value. So go ahead. I'll let you go ahead. We'll find out who the lucky winner is. Sherry. That would be you. There you go. Yep. Okay, we have the Right to Travel book. $100 value. Okay, we got Michael Orr. Come on down. There you are. Okay, the last thing we're giving is a $500 MCO. I need that too. Brian D., come on down. Okay, meet me at my booth, and we'll take care of you.
Did they say the best to last? Or is it, oh, that's Buzz, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're not last.
Yeah, I know. Okay, we're going to give away a piece of property. Land under land patent. How's that? If you've already got it, you can gift it to anyone of your choice. All right. So, David Straight. No, just kidding.
He's lying.
Britt. Is there a Britt? Britt? All right. Congratulations, Britt.
Welcome to Texas.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a 9 square feet of Texas property under land patent.
Absolutely.
Now you
And
can be the queen that you really are.
are you an RVer? You'll get an RV soon too. Go see that lady in the red over there. Yeah, hug her.
All right.
It's where it's safe, actually.
Okay. First thing we're going to give away is a complimentary bottle of our hydrating mist. This was made as a facial mist. It does all kinds of weird things. We don't even know what it does. It's way beyond a hydrating facial mist. I'll leave it at that. Spray it
It's
and just see what
liquid
happens.
tech.
It's liquid version of the technology is what it is. If you spray the top of your head, people's hair kind of grows kind of quick.
It does. You see how bald he is? He used to be much balder.
I had a ton of COVID hair loss. I did, and I sprayed the top of my head, and my hair started growing faster, and I started having all this more energy than when I sprayed on my face, which this was designed for.
Makes plants grow faster too.
Oh, it does. Anyway, so a couple bottles of this is complimentary. Let's see what we got.
It does.
Sue.
We have a Sue in here?
Oh,
Oh, sorry about your
Okay.
luck. Come out of the bathroom.
Laramie. Awesome. There you go, brother. Try that. Got it. Okay. Next up, we have another bottle. Same thing. Samey. Ron. All right. Thank you, Ron. Blessings, brother. Okay. Next, we have something pretty cool. This is a charm. Same power as the bracelets. It's a little charm. Tactically, you could wear this anywhere on your body. I like these little charms that could be worn in the front on a necklace. What I like to do with these is hook them to the back of a necklace, and it gives you this energy all up and down your vagus nerve, all up and down your spine. These things are really cool. A couple $100 value, I think.
Yep, $2.99. Michelle Nelson.
Michelle Nelson. Oh, yes! Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool. David's got good gifts to give away here. This is super cool. This is an automobile power shield. Your vehicle is a little EMF box and kind of keeps you stressed out. So this is one of our new creations. Part of it goes between the battery terminals and part of it goes inside by the fuse box. People have told us all kinds of things. I have no idea how they get better gas mileage. Some other weird stuff happens with it, but you feel really good in your...
And I can attest to this because I put it on my car before I drove down here just because I wanted to see about the gas mileage, and I definitely got better gas mileage. It was really crazy by a couple of, points. So it's worth it.
So cool. Gives your body strength over stress.
Points. That's a technical term.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that means either. But David is the victor of this. David?
David, going once. Get over here. Come on.
All right. Check his ID.
Check his ID. Yeah.
Thank you, David. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, these are super cool.
That I'm going to win. No, I'm kidding.
So these are, our technology has been in Japan for about 30 years and has evolved into all different types of iterations. And so these are chocolate-covered espresso beans, and they have our technology on them. So hopefully somebody wins one of these and has a drive.
Oh, gosh. Yes, I'm going to explain really quick. I was up in Michigan putting on a seminar like that. There was about 300 people in a big aircraft hangar with a plane in the corner. You might have saw the video. She hands me a couple of these packages. So I said, what the heck? Oh, man.
2 of them are a full cup of coffee.
Yeah, 2 of them was a full cup. I was buzzing. I had more energy than you could imagine. So anyway, she gives me 2 more packages, and I'd put them on the console between the seats in the car, and it got a little warm, and they kind of melted, and they became one. So I only had 1 coffee bean, and that was my second experience with a high I'll never forget. Because I got a lot of energy anyway. On that, oh my gosh.
Yeah, these are awesome. So it's got our Life Armor tech, lifearmorlabs.com. We don't even have these online. This is the only place you can get it. But these are really cool to experience. So $99 value.
So here's the person who gets them, Derek.
Derek A. Derek. Oh, awesome, man. Thank you. Okay, last gift.
Okay, so this last thing is these are our hat inserts, okay? So we developed these inserts to go on the Major League Baseball players' hats, but we realized that other people might like them because they could put them in their own hats, like David does. And so I came up with a system where they just clip in, so you can move them from your favorite hat. This is a $316 value. I just had some hats here, so I just put one together. But you want to talk about the hat, when you wear the hat?
If I have hats where I put one on each temple, and I can't wear it more than 4 hours. If I wear it more than 4 hours, I'm up for 30. It just gives me all kinds of energy, and it's beautiful. Yeah. It's
Strength,
absolutely
energy,
beautiful.
and
So I try and only wear my hat about 4 hours a day. Especially if I want to stay up late, I'll put it on about 6 p.m. By 10 p.m., I'm up. I'm ready. I can work all night.
Yeah, the doctors, when they did the mental profile, said the only time they've seen this profile is when an elite athlete is in the zone. Very high focus, very low stress at the same time. This hat's pretty cool. It says, God is good, y'all. Okay. Ariel. Ariel?
Where is she? She ain't in the room. She doesn't get one.
Okay.
Oh, sorry about your luck.
Robin.
Is there a Robin in the house, or did she go home with Ariel?
Penny C. Yay! Oh, see, that's the perfect person, perfect fit. Awesome.
Okay, thank you guys. We the vendors love y'all, and we're glad to have you here.
But we're not done yet. I want to tell you about the book. This book is available for all you who want to teach. We're finally making it available. It's on this for purchase for just under $200. How about we raffle one off? You guys steal the names already? Bring it back. Now, I'm not the technical expert. Katie is. So I'm going to have to get your information. Well, yeah, and Tom Matheson. Is he here? Okay, Tom, here's what I want you to do. I got to get... No, you're going to get a digital download of this book. I need you to put your information on here, including your email. Katie's going to have to figure out how to get it to you. She'll probably get it through Telegram, so make sure. And if she isn't here, just give it back to me. I'll get it to her. She's my ride. Am I? Okay. Okay. Yeah, hold on. We're not done yet. These guys just think we're done. We're not quite done. We got a what? No, we're done with that. Any veterans in the house? Thank you. Any veterans of war? Okay. I want you to come up and take a picture of this. Call the California number, not the one here. The one here, you're going to get a generic office crap. This California number is Mr. Beaver, Glenn Beaver. Glenn has been helping veterans for more than 30 years get more benefits that they didn't know they had. And I've watched people who are veterans of war go through Glenn and get benefits of from $500 to $2,000 a month more than they were getting. Okay? So it's really important. Come up, take a picture of this, call Glenn. Okay? Anybody that needs this, I'm just going to put it right here. All right. Rob, at this time we're going to say goodbye to the online audience and turn the cameras off. Can we do that? We got something we're going to do off camera.